All right, everybody, welcome to the Economy Creators Challenge. This week is going to be fun. And I just want you to know that over the next 5 days, we're going to work together to help you figure out not only what's in your economy, but what really lights you up, what's been holding you back, putting together a self-image that will help you move forward towards your goals and then really map out what your economy can look like and then take action because it's fine and dandy to do all the planning, but we can't do anything if we don't take action. So action is where it's at. And speaking of action, Ryan, will you put the member portal link inside the chat? We have all of the challenge materials, all of the replays are available to you inside the challenge member portal. So just click on that and you can get in there and get all the information you need. The second part of taking action is part of my economy is helping you grow your economy. So I'm excited to unveil, yay, finally. On January 27th, Sarah Fernandez was my first guest on my podcast and radio show on KFred radio. And I am super excited to help entrepreneurs, people who are creating their own economies, get their voice out there and get noticed because not only is it a podcast on all the podcast platforms, but it's also a radio show on KFred Lifestyle Optimization Radio, and I'm excited. The other thing that I want you to know is that there is a co-authored book in the works, Economy Creators, and we're highlighting people who are creating their own economies and their stories behind what it is that they are doing that is so great. And we have awesome co-authors. We've got Ryan Nilsson as one of our co-authors. We've got Donna Vanderhoff, who's also here, is one of our co-authors. We have Lorenzo L.A. Rothery and John Corpus, and I'm going to be unveiling two more later this week, so I can't wait to do that. And so that means we have six officially, and we have spots for five more people. So if you're interested in writing a chapter in an Economy Creators anthology and getting on the radio all year long so you can share who you are and what you do with the world, then I want to talk to you. So those are the things that are coming up. So I want to talk a little bit about day one. Day one in the Economy Creators Challenge is all about desire. It's all about uncovering those things that we really want in our life. Now, inside Magnet Mind Development this month, our theme is love. And by love, I don't mean kissy face romantic love, although that can be attracted through what we're talking about. But what I mean by love is harmony. Harmony and resonance with the things that are around us. Bob Proctor has a great chapter inside of You Were Born Rich. It's chapter 10 called The Vacuum Law of Prosperity. And in it, he talks about Aunt Marge's curtains. Aunt Marge hates her curtains. She says they're ridiculous. I hate these things. And Bob says, Marge, you love them. She's like, I do not. I hate them. I walk into the room and it's terrible. He said, you might not like the sight of them, but you are in harmony with them. It's what you expect to see when you walk into this room. It's the thing that you are in resonance with. This is your room. Those are your curtains. So she immediately took them down so she could make room for the new curtains. But the fact of the matter is the stuff that we have around us, no matter what it is, whether we like it or not, the people, the relationships, I don't know, couch we're sitting on, the house we're living in, the car we're driving, all of those things we are in harmony with. We might not feel like we love them, much like our comfort zone, right? Our comfort zone isn't always the best place in the world, but it's our comfort. So the things that are around us the results that we get habitually, those are the things that we are in harmony with. So the first thing I would love for everybody to do is write in the chat something that you love that you're in harmony with, something that you do love, like I love that I love this type of thing. So what's one thing? Write that in the chat. What's one thing that you are happy to be in harmony with in your life? So I'm going to write horses because I love them. And I can't spell correctly because I don't have my glasses on, but that's okay. Horses. Yay. I brought those into my life on purpose. 3, 4, let's see. What is this? 2026. Lola started horseback riding officially on February 14th, 2021. 2021? Yeah, no, 2022. And now 4 years later, I've got two horses of my own. Oh, I made a decision when I was watching her do a lesson one time. I said, I want horses. And I can pay for all things horses. That's what I said. I can pay for all things horses. Okay, so I have horses. Donna, her treadmill. Yep, you're on it right now. It's a testament to it. Sarah, your books. Do you mean the books that you've written or the books that you write or read?
The ones that I read.
Ah, I love books too. And Ryan, your new laptop. All right. You made that happen because I heard you before you got that new laptop, you complained about your old one. So you are in harmony with the old one. You said that enough's enough. Finally, I'm going to get a new one. So good. Larry, yourself, what does that mean? Of course you're in harmony with yourself. What is and something you're here, right? So what is a thing that's in your life that you are in harmony with, that you love? I'm glad you love yourself. That's good. But I'm talking about outside things. Hi, LA.
Uh,
Hi. We're putting in the chat things something that you are happy that you are in harmony with in your life. So the things that we have around us habitually are the things that we are in the most harmony with. So something that you love, essentially, is what we're talking about. There's his
okay.
face. Hi, Raphael. Okay. So as we go through this, I want you to think about the origin of that thing in your life. So for me, for horses, I did that on purpose. I sat there and I'm like, I don't have a horse. I want horses and I can pay for all things horses. That's what I did. I sat there and I made a declaration that that's what I'm going to do. And if you've spent time with me over the last few years, you've seen it materialize, right? I talk about them all the time. You talk about my horses all the time. And so it's kind of spread, hasn't it? So think about the origin of that thing that you have in your life. So let's see. Your laptop, Ryan. Tell me about the origin story of your laptop.
Well, it got to the point where I thought that I need, well, I was tired of the slow and low quality. It was a whole culmination of things that I acquired this past year that created this new laptop. And it was just a decision that I made. It wasn't necessarily quote unquote practical for me to have it at that moment in time, but I just made the decision and did it. Kind of like how I am right now in certain other decisions. I just make the
Well, it's not
decision and I do
practical
it.
to have horses either. Are you kidding? They eat way more in money than than most people make.
So, but the beautiful thing is I get so much joy and satisfaction in knowing that I still have my workhorse over here, my old laptop that I've had for years. And this one is where I could show my best face and my best voice.
Those are the words that I wanted you to say. I wanted you to say that you wanted to show up in a different way, and so you had to get a new laptop in order to show up the way you wanted to show up, right?
Hmm.
Oh, Sarah, why do you have books around you?
because I love them.
Yeah. Do you see
I
yourself
love
like perched on a windowsill and reading and stuff?
I see myself that way, and so does a lot of people that live in this house. Yes, and I love it because they make me dream and they make me see what is possible. So that's good. And a lot of my books are also books that make me grow, make me think outside the box, and give me other perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Donna, are you in a position to say what your does your treadmill make you show up in a different way in your life than before you used it every single day?
It yeah, kind of is a commitment I keep to myself to walk on it every day. So it helps build my discipline.
Do you feel better every day that you're on it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, today I meditated right before it and I got a burst of energy.
Yeah, good. See, so the things that we choose to have around us are our way of stepping into the next level that we're becoming. So Sarah sees herself curled up with a book and in a different way, expanding her mind, right? Ryan saw himself as having the right picture, the right lighting, the right upload speed, all of that, so he could show up the way he wanted to show up. Donna wanted to show up in a way that she wanted to show up, and that reflects her on her treadmill every single day in a disciplined way. So the things that we choose to have around us are things generally that we've actually had chosen in a very, um, a very reasoned way. We have decided that that's what I want. Now, write in the chat something that shows up all the time or that's in your house, that's in your life, that you're not crazy about, but you're definitely in harmony with. Hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna say, oof, my downstairs carpet. I don't like it. Barking dogs. Mm. Cats in general, just lots of cats or a particular cat?
I got these cats that just love to just chill in my front yard,
Oh.
and they're like in the bundles now, you know. So they must love the harmony that's there. So I go out and they're sitting in my couch, they're sitting in my little lounge, they're sitting everywhere, you know. And I'm beginning to really create harmony with those cats and talking to them. Even I'm almost there bringing them some snacks, you know.
Oh, so they've won you over, you're saying.
I'm like, hey, you guys are protecting my little spot. All right, come on.
Well, you don't have any mice.
Yes.
Good. So, Ryan, that's interesting. You're barking dogs because you love your dogs. But you also love that they bark. You told me that the other day. So, what do you mean? Why is that
I
something
say
that
that because it makes me well, I say that because I it tells me they're still alive. Yay. They're getting older. And sometimes, not all the time, sometimes barking is in such a way that it causes me to stop what I'm doing and go attend to it. And that's annoying.
Hmm, okay. So it can be annoying, but you want them to bark.
Yeah. And it can, well, no, well, I don't really do want them to bark. I guess I do if they're barking all the time, but oh God. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just that nobody else can hear it. Like if they were barking right now, you wouldn't know it. They're not barking right now, but it's something, it's just me. It's like dirty dishes in the sink.
Ah, Sarah, dirty dishes in the sink.
I
Yeah.
I like, it's just a little irritating, you know.
Mm.
Well, no, it's just, yeah, it is kind of the same thing, and it's just like it. But at the same time, it's like I know there's a certain, just I don't know. I guess those of you that had babies, that have babies, that have been around babies, and I've been around babies, but none of my own. There's a certain kind of cry that causes you to want to stop what you're doing and go attend to it, right? Well, that's the thing that happens with my dog sometimes. It's not always an emergency, but sometimes it is. Like there's a blood curdling
Okay.
yelp,
Okay, we
and
get it.
there's this, and then I've come in and there's this part of a paw that's caught in
Oh, okay,
something.
we don't want to hear all that. Da, 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 da. Okay. So do barking dogs. Okay, let's move to Sarah's dirty dishes in the sink. So dirty dishes in the sink, there's a dichotomy here, right, Sarah? Why? Tell me about that.
Hmm. Because the people that live in this house seem to forget that the dishwasher is just next to it,
Oh, so it's
right?
not the dishes, it's the people.
My one of my sons is a sous chef and he cooks really well and he always volunteers to cook and we eat like really nice meals. And I love that. But then when I go into the kitchen, it's just like a war zone. And it just drives me crazy. Like, sometimes they'll make popcorn or whatever to watch movies, and I go to bed and I wake up in the morning. I get into the kitchen and that I cleaned the night before, and I turn on the coffee machine and I go to the sink, and there it is, a bowl staring at me, and I'm like first thing in the morning, come on,
Mm.
people, come on. That drives me crazy. And then I say, no, they know where it is. I'm gonna be married now. They know they're wonderful. I love them. They know where the machine is, where the dishwasher is. They're gonna put it there because they're amazing people, right?
That's right.
It's not working, Mary.
Oh. What is your expectation? So what's stronger, the expectation of them putting them away or the expectation of them not putting them away?
Yeah, maybe that's secret, right?
We got to get to that tipping point, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there you go. I like it. So the point is that we have stuff that we like that's around us, and generally we picked it, right? It's not there by accident. We didn't go, oh, wasn't that car that I have just great? No, I picked the car that I have and I love it, right? And so, but the things that are there, although we love our dogs and we're learning to love the cats, I guess. So once we get, even though that happens, and we'll talk about the dirty dishes because we like the things, the people and the animals that do the things that we don't like, but they do things that we don't like. Right? And so we didn't choose that, but we expect it. And that's really what the law of vibration is all about, is what we're expecting deep down inside. So I say my downstairs carpet because I am more in harmony with keeping the carpet than getting new carpet right now because the house isn't finished and I want to do that last, right? So I make the choice of my stupid downstairs carpet then. But we live in an old house, so we're remodeling. But the fact is that I'm more in harmony with dealing with the carpet than I am in moving forward getting new carpet at this point in time. Um, so we have to see how we're programmed at the moment. And when we're in a certain vibration, that means we're programmed to be in that vibration. We'll talk more about programming tomorrow. But I want you to think about, take your pen and paper and write down health, and then go a little bit farther down the paper, write wealth, and a little bit farther down the paper, write happiness. And I just want you to write down some current results going on in each of those areas: health, wealth, and happiness. Now, health can be, it can be all sorts of things, can't it? It can be whether you're physically able to do all the things that you want to do or not, right? It could be maybe you have a cold this week or not. Maybe you're always healthy, whatever it might be. And wealth, well, what are your current results? Are you satisfied with your wealth? Are you looking to increase your wealth? Are you looking to enhance different pieces of your economy? Are you wanting more sources of income? Maybe you just have a full-time job and you would like to expand outside of that and earn more money on the outside. And then overall happiness, that involves your relationships. It involves how you see the world. There's lots of opportunities right now in the world for us to go. This world is terrible. There's lots of opportunities for us to go there. Do you? That has a huge bearing on whether you're happy or not, right? Wallace D. Wattles has a great book called The Science of Being Great, and in it he says that the world is getting better and better and better. And it's our job to see it that way. And in seeing it that way, we notice the people who are doing it right, who are caring, who are giving, who are kind. It's our choice what to look for. It's easy to look for the bad. It's mastery to look and see only the good. Even when the person on the couch next to you tells you all about the bad. Because that happens too. So this list of things that you're writing down, these are the things that you're in harmony with. Whether you like them particularly or not doesn't really matter at this juncture. It just means that this is where your vibration sits in the area of health, wealth, and happiness. So how do we feel about these things? Overall positive? Is it neutral? Overall negative? What do you think? If you look at your results, Bob says your results never lie. Yeah, the results always tell the truth. So what do you think? Is it overall positive, overall negative, or what do you think? Neutral? What do you think? Anybody want to share? Overall positive. Good, Sarah. I like it. Which area? So after you write overall positive or negative or neutral, good, Raphael's overall positive. Write the area that you want the most improvement in. Well, yeah. Ah, relationships. Good. That's good. Well, yeah. So this is good because if you neutral in all areas, okay, I didn't see that one. Okay. So here's the thing. LA, where do you want the most improvement? Where do you want to focus the most, do you feel like?
Um, for me, it's in the wealth part.
Okay.
I was just finna post that. It was wealth, and health, and then the happiness.
Okay. Good. Good. So we're all in the right place because I can help you with all three. But here's the thing. If we notice, if we find where we are and the results that we're currently getting, Bob Proctor would say that that's what we don't want, right? That would be settling with what we've got. So, if you want more wealth or you want better relationships or if you want better health, that's good. Better is a good word. So, if you want better in any of those areas, that means what you currently have, excuse me, is not exactly what you want. Would that be accurate? Okay. So, the idea would be to decide what you want. And that's where this day comes into play. So we get to write out, let's start with that one area and maybe put it on the top of your page, say wealth or relationships or health. Put it at the top of your page and write out all the desires that you have pertaining to that, right? So under wealth, maybe you want a new business venture. Maybe you want to be a co-author in a book. I don't know. Maybe you want to build multiple sources of income. Maybe you want to raise. Maybe, I don't know. There's lots of different things that you could want in the health or the wealth category. Maybe you want investments. In the health category, maybe you want a specific cholesterol number, right? Maybe you want a certain number on the scale. Maybe you want, in my self-image script has, I am able to do all physically do, no, I am able to do all the physical tasks I want to do. So I can do anything that I want to do, right? In my self-image script, that's under health for me, right? It used to be, well, I still have it in my self-image script, but I've gotten there. But it used to be a certain number on the scale that I chose. And I chose that, and now I have it. And then now I want to make sure that I can physically do all the things that I want to do, right? So maybe in relationships, maybe it's work relationships, maybe it's romantic relationships, maybe it's family relationships. So get very specific on what types of things that you really desire in this area. Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm going to find my workbook. And Ryan, when you get a chance, just stick the workbook in there if you can. So let me share. Is that a quick file? Okay. So the reason why I had you go to that place where you want the most improvement now isn't because I want you to ignore the other areas, but it is because I think that that is where you need to put your focus. Because what we focus on grows, and if we don't focus on one or two things at a time, the power that we bring to it dissipates. And so we don't bring all of our attention to it. And so results take longer to achieve. So inside of our economy creation, we have health, wealth, and happiness. It's a balance because we are the center of our economy. So in that first area, health, wealth, or happiness, give yourself permission to want more. So we want to think about what's possible, not limitations. We don't want to think about competing with other people. What if the market's cornered? That's not what we're going for. The supply is unlimited. We want to build the life that we truly desire. And each one of you talked about having something in your life that you chose on purpose to be in harmony with. You chose it. So I'm proving to you, you've already proven to yourself that this works. You chose it, you got it. And it's as simple as it is. It doesn't get harder. We make it harder by what we're going to talk about tomorrow with our paradigms. So, yes, this workbook has personal wants list and professional wants list, but I want to go a little bit differently this month just because I want you to focus on the thing that you want to focus your harmony on now. Okay. So it could be, yes, do a personal wants list and maybe the heading is wealth. Maybe what you want with the wealth. Me, more horses, of course, all the time, right? Definitely more horses. And a place where I can have all those horses with lots of green grass, right? Things like that. That would be under personal wants list with happiness and wealth, actually, right? Personal wants list could also involve your relationships. It can involve the relationship you have with yourself, because that's where all relationships start. Professional wants. Now, horses is always on the top of my list. I need a certain amount of money coming in order to support this horse habit that I've got going on. So that is also on my professional wants list, right? There's a certain dollar amount that I require so I can buy the barn that I want, right? Buy the land that I want, buy the other horses that I want. Okay. But you might have something else that you want on your professional wants list, right? So that's what we're going to spend our time doing today in the challenge. So let's talk about it just a little bit. So how do you feel really focusing on that one area for a while? Does that feel like you're giving up on the other side, on the other things, if you focus on one thing? Hmm. Does that make you nervous? Anybody have any thoughts?
I do.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I truly believe that what we focus on is what's going to grow, right? I do see the overlapping, so that doesn't bother me. And right now, I'm also really focused on my business, so the other areas are pretty much well taken care of for now. There might be an imbalance when you know, but right now I feel really, really confident about that. But I do believe that when we don't have, I don't know, not an idea or we we're not sure, it might seem a little bit scary to just think about one area, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Well, and to your point, Sarah, about let's say, and this is very common, if I focus on my business, what about my family relationships? Or am I ignoring the people that I love the most? Right? But what we can do is also say, a well-rounded business that incorporates my family or that supports my family or where my family still feels seen and I'm still present for my family. So we can get very detailed in how we want it, right? I used to think that when I started all of this personal development, I'm like, what if I leave my husband behind? What if he doesn't come with me? And then I thought, no, 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 I can have whatever I want. So he comes with me. I just decided that. And guess what? He's still here. So yay. But that's kind of how it works. We get to decide. So you get to decide what's in your life. So if you want a well-rounded life, a balanced life, yes, I'm putting my focus on my business, but you know what? My relationships are still great. My husband helps me out, or whatever you want in your picture. But worry and doubt, guess what? If we worry and doubt about those things, that's what's gonna materialize. So if you find yourself worrying and doubting about an imbalance, then say, no, 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 it's balanced. It's great. The picture's balanced. Everybody's happy. And the dishes are done. What are other thoughts? Does it make you nervous to just focus on one thing at a time? Anybody? Anybody? LA, are you unmuting?
Yes. For me, it doesn't because, as I stated, on other conversations we had, if you remember, they all in they all in alignment. If I get my money right, then I can take care of everything else. I don't know. That might be the wrong way to look at it or think about it, but I always had that belief that if I was straight with that, had business, I could then control my time better, and then I could work on my health because I can then have do the things or get the things I need to improve my health, supplements, exercise equipment, and stuff like that. And then the happiness, I have more. I can then schedule the time to be with the family. We can go on more trips and do more things together. So, and
Okay.
then to me, I'm like Sarah. You think it'd be wrong because you don't want to discontinue. I mean, discount them, but like, my kids are out of the house, so it's just me and the wife, and she ain't gonna let me just forget about her because she gonna be there.
She'll remind you.
Yeah. So I just got to give her some time. She knows kind of how I am and the way I operate. So I just got to give her some quality time, and then she let me go do my thing, and then we get back together and talk or whatever. But that's just like I said. I've always had that belief, and I just wish I had worked on it harder, put it in action. But that's neither here nor there.
Well,
That's what's happening now.
well, let's not spend any time in regret because that doesn't serve us.
Right.
But what are some things that you can do that that version of you with all the money ha does that you can start implementing right now in the other areas of your life? You can start doing, I don't know, some sort of physical something or health something or,
Yes, I am. I'm starting to. I've been taking some supplements and stuff, working on that. Um, get my exercise routine down. I'm starting that now. I'm building that. Then when I get a chance, when something's going on, like it was a play or a movie or something, the wife wants to go see or do and whatnot, we'll do that. I talk to my kids pretty regular, so we close and everything. But everybody's working in different schedules and stuff like that. But when birthdays come around, we usually get together and go out for dinner. So I have them. I just like a little bit more of them and things like
yeah,
that.
right. And so as you're doing this, because we're going to move into on Wednesday, we're going to move into self-image. So as you begin to go through today and tomorrow and into Wednesday, everybody, I want you to think about if I want this specific thing in my life, how do I need to show up differently in order to have it? Right? Because it's not going to be a huge change because you're still you. You're not going to be a whole different person. You aren't. You're going to have the same you, the same family, the same everything. You're just going to do some things that are different. You're going to program yourself in a different way. So start thinking about as we go into tomorrow, we're going to notice, well, this is how these are the actions that I take every day, and they're getting me the results that I'm getting right now, right? And so we're in harmony with those actions rather than being in harmony with the actions that get you up here, right? And it's just generally a pretty small tweak, right? Anyone else want to share? Are you nervous about only focusing on one thing? Ryan, what about you?
Hmm. Lately, I've been exploring unpaid commitments, things that I have committed to that are what I'm calling now a time tax. And how can I elegantly keep some of those that I want to keep that are unpaid commitments and then let go of without sounding too crass, the time sucking activities.
Well, the first question you need to ask yourself is why you're doing them, right? You don't
Okay.
have to answer here if you don't want to, but the question is, where am I when I'm doing this activity? Why am I doing it in the first place? And a lot of things we do out of obligation or we do out of guilt or whatever. I'm not saying that that's your case, but I am saying for a lot of us, that's the truth. And so we have to decide first and foremost, why am I doing this? Right?
Hmm.
Like, for instance, walking our dogs, I'm just going to say that just because it's a thing that we do every day, right? It's a habit if you have a dog. I don't even have a dog, but walking dogs,
Hmm.
that's a time sucker if we don't like it, if we think that it's annoying, we think the dogs are jerks and we don't want to be there, that's a time sucker. But if we actually enjoy our dogs and we're getting the exercise and we love the fresh air, that's different. So you want to start instead of just pulling back from everything, and you didn't say that, but instead of but you bring up a good point. So I just want to caution people. So if you instead of just across the board not doing anything is that is free, right? Is gratis, then instead of just taking them all off the board, just check on them. Where is my energy when I'm doing this? Why am I doing this in the first place?
Hmm.
Do I even
Yeah.
like the person I'm doing it for?
Yeah, that's what I've been and that's been on my mind. It's interesting that you're bringing this up right now because anything that I do that's an unplayed obligation that causes time and energy and frustration and things like that are stuff that I want to eliminate from my life because I don't I mean I really enjoy there's a lot of things that I so much enjoy and some of it's of my own creation and my own doing and that's creating and it's like spending a little bit more time on something that I probably didn't need to and then the next day I'm regretting it because I was like, oh, I could have been doing something else that could have produced some income.
Mm. Here's the thing. Does it need to produce income in order for you to do it? I'm a big fat say no.
Right. I mean, I do it because I love it.
hmm So keep the things that you love, even if they don't require income. Here's the thing, and law of compensation is going to come up a lot during this 5 days. And the law of compensation says that, well, it's the law of compensation, but it's also the law of cause and effect. That's the main law over the law of compensation. And we get paid for the service we render, is what it comes down to. We give and then we get. So here's the thing. There are a lot of things that I do for free. Lots of things. Lots of things. But I know that what they're doing is setting something greater in motion than just a transaction. They're moving energy. They're moving the energy of cause and effect. The more I give in any capacity, the more I receive in any capacity. So the more that we can lean on the laws like that and understand what it is that we're actually doing and come from the energy of, oh, I love this, this is wonderful, and you're giving off that energy, guess what? You're going to get more of that energy back. But if you're doing something out of obligation, that's why I didn't go up to Minnesota this year. I felt like it was obligation that I had to go up there and see my family. And I didn't, that's not the right reason to do that, right? It's not, I would have been grumbling the whole time. I don't grumble, but you know what I mean. We don't, if we're doing it out of the wrong energy, it doesn't help us and it doesn't help the people we're around. That's when messy Thanksgiving dinners happen, right? It just that's what happens. Everybody is upset because they're obligated to be there and then they just so we have to be mindful of the energy that we're putting out. That's harmony. And so when the things that we're doing, paid or unpaid, we love and we are in harmony with, and they're in harmony with the law of cause and effect. And we know that the more causes we put out, the more effects that we'll get. Keep doing them. You don't know that you won't get paid in different ways. Just saying. But if you are coming from an energy of, ugh, I do not want to do this, right? I watch over horses and I don't get paid for that, but I love it. And so I do it, right? And I also get horses out of it, which is kind of cool. But that's how it works. If I didn't take care of those horses, I would not have been right now, right? That's the way it works. So don't discount the things that are energetically positive just because they don't bring in tangible money. Okay? They're moving energy in a good way. So, any other questions today about desires and really focusing? And Sarah said it right. The everything kind of blends together. So if you're focusing on your business, it's going to make other things better. You know, you'll have more money for vacations, like LA was talking about. You'll, if you do it right, you'll have more time for different things, right? Time doesn't equal money. We're not trading. We're not doing that. We're trading energy. We're doing that. We're giving energy and we're getting energy. So think of your economy in terms of law of cause and effect more than trading time for money. We're trading energy. Energy. It's so good. So for today, make your lists, and each of you, for being here, gets an economy credit, which is fun. This is just a way for you to show up for you and practice the principle of, um, well, participation, showing up for yourself, engaging, and just moving forward continuously. So you just come on in, have a live, be a part of the live session and chat with me. And you can also earn an economy credit by going in the Facebook group when you watch the replay and just commenting on something. And at the end of the challenge, if you want to do something more after the challenge with me, then it'll apply to that if it's a paid thing. So if it's not a paid thing, then doesn't matter. You save money. So that's all for today. I hope you have a wonderful night and I hope you have fun writing down all of your desires. And tomorrow we're going to talk about those things that we're in harmony with that are holding us back. Ugh. Okay. All right. Reach out to me and let me know if you need anything. I'm happy to help. Okay. Have a good one.
Beautiful.
Bye.
Thank you.